No, it's okay. Actually, thank you for your time. What I'm doing right now, my name is Peter. I'm working on the project called My Rocket Kit. My Rocket Kit is a educational application. Actually, we are focusing on the cognitive learning. We can call it Lumosity for kids because our customer, we are focusing on kids age 3 to 11.
3 to 11?
3 to 11.
Okay.
But our focusing is not selling to the kids. We are selling to the parents.
Yeah.
So what we are doing is we offer a game, a cognitive education application to the kids to play, but we provide a report, weekly report and detailed report on the web to the parents. So actually parents will know what the kid is doing on their tablet. When actually we are planning to use it is called minimally invasive education. It is a technique that's developed by an England professor. He is gonna use this technique for the unsupervised environment for the kids to start learning by themselves with some clues.
Okay.
So what we are doing is we are deploying this method as well as we have the expert in the neuroscientist who is going to help us to design the cognitive applications for measurement the kids and also to give them some trainings. So then actually right now our program we have two angles. One angle is the cognitive training for the kids, and the other thing is we need to tell them to teach them something. And actually, because 3 years old they don't know anything, we can start teaching like colors, shape, something like that. It is gonna be two-track learning and also the cognitive training. And at the end, we provide the reports to the parents on the usage of device, on the cognitive abilities, and also the learnings that they got from the applications.
Okay. So, is this language training or maths or social science? Or
Actually, right now what we are focusing on is the STEM, the science, technology, math and engineering.
Okay.
So then actually it is not a standard curriculum. It is going to be time to the scientists. Right now what we think is we are the team. We have a team because we are My Rocket Kids. So the team is the kids play the games, earn some rewards, then they can buy virtual products to build their own rocket and plan mission to Mars.
Okay.
So to do that, right now we divided the learning into 4 tracks. It is the occupations that you need to launch a rocket. It is a pilot, it is a doctor, engineer, and also designer. So right now we have 4 tracks. So actually when the kids is coming to learn the game, coming to play the game, actually they learn in that track. It is like for a doctor, they learn to know the organs, like what is in, how to cut, something like that, bandage. Yeah. So that is what we plan to do.
So they have to fulfill all these 4 requirements. So they have to fulfill the doctor requirement, the engineer requirement, and whatever. So they have to do the 4 in order to launch a rocket.
Yes.
So that's the design aspect.
Actually, that is the design aspect. It is going to be a very long plan because right now we're going to start with some very small.
Okay, so but you said 3 to 11. So obviously you cannot have one model that fits all.
No, we don't have one fit all.
So are you going to have one for like 3 to 5 years, 5 to 7 years, 7 to 9, 9 to 11, something like that?
Actually, at the first we plan to have just one application, and we plug the module in there. So the module is going to be depends on the age, depends on the track that they want to learn, and also we are using the game mechanics for the cognitive ability testing and also training.
Okay. So I'm assuming this is mostly mobile or mobile and web, but
it is a mobile application. Yes.
okay. So let's just talk the technology part of it. So is it mobile as in cross-platform or iOS only, or like
Right now we
tablet only, or
plan to be tablet on the iOS and Android. But for the first version that we're gonna launch, it is gonna be a tablet for the iOS only.
okay? So first version is tablet and iOS only, so only iPad.
Yes.
Okay.
Why we chose the tablet, because for the 3 to 5 years old,
Yeah,
it is
I
gonna be
understand.
bigger
I
screen.
understand. Yeah, I understand. I mean, that's a good starting point. That's a good starting point. So does this have a back end, or
Actually,
it's more of a front
we are
end?
separated to two layers. The first layer is the front-end application.
Yeah.
Actually, it is a game.
Yeah.
So then actually the kids playing with the game,
Okay.
but all the score, it is
Yeah.
gonna reporting to backend system, and the backend system, we have the back box to measure the kids' behavior, the attention, this is the cognitive analysis, is
Okay.
at the backend, and then we send the report from the backend.
Okay. So tell me a little about the backend side. What did you build it with? Or,
Okay.
is it what kind of application is this?
And I will show you the document. It's gonna be
And is it also going to be like a cross-platform? So say that let's say
Actually, this is our platform. Our platform is going to be pretty easy. So then right now we have the mobile applications and we have the API. So then actually all the platform is behind the API. So all the score is submitted to the API and it's going to be captured in the raw store database. So then actually we have the analytic engine that is designed by the neuroscientists and the behavioral scientists to measure the cognitive score and learning performance. And then we have the web access for the parents to access, and we also have the reporting engine to always send reports.
email
reports. It's very simple architecture.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
And also for the social sharing, it is going to be sharing through the backend side,
Yeah.
not from the mobile side.
Okay. Well, there's probably hardly any social sharing here because it's like parent and kids, and parents are measuring kids' cognitive development. When me as a parent, I don't want to share my kids' cognitive development on Facebook or anything.
Yeah.
And a lot of parents, they don't feel comfortable either.
Actually, it is going to be like, because right now we are not measuring kids as individual kids. Actually, we will send you a report of the individual kids' performance, and actually we have a group compare. So actually we have enough kids, it's like 1,000 people,
Yeah.
1,000 kids, something like that, with the same age group. So that actually we can do some percentile.
So you can say percentile is like kid in the 90 percentile or whatever.
Yep. So maybe you're proud. It is in the 90 percentile, so that you can share. Just very simple detail that we share on the social. We don't share much into the detail how much the score they get.
Okay. Well, so as a MVP, as they call it, the minimum viable product, right? It's fairly extensive because you got a whole mobile application, which is a big deal. Then you have this whole analytic engine, you have this reporting engine, you have the web application, and of course this whole analytics is a big beast out there. So, can you tell me who are all in the team?
Actually, right now I have two persons in the team. Me as a technical, and I have another co-founder who is in the SISL. He's taking care of the marketing and sales.
Okay. There is hardly any marketing and sales will come to this.
Yep, I know.
Till about next 6-8 months.
And I also recruiting a game designer right now, and also I have a two-person team for the mobile application it is very slow. But actually for the MVP, about 2 weeks ago, before I get this special assignment, I think I will do the mobile application for the MVP.
Yeah.
But when I got this special assignment, I changed my thought. Actually, one of my friends in the group, he said, why don't you start with something easy like HTML5 game, just to test it. So then I spent a couple of days to develop a mobile, HTML5 games that can run on mobile. So then actually I can launch pretty easy. So then right now, the MVP and maybe a level of beta testing, it is going to be on the HTML5 games. And also right now, I show you something. It is not yet finished.
Okay.
It is the game, something like this.
Okay.
So then actually it is. When you play, actually there is some instructions before, but the kid needs to capture the white rocket, and this is the score. But actual score is going to be showing just bird score.
Okay.
So then actually we are measuring how many birds that they get. Is that how many
just
rockets?
click.
Okay, you can click. Yep. And actually it is going to be faster and faster according to the level that you have. And then after you got to another level, you can have 2 directions and also some kind of decoy. This one is decoy, so the student cannot click on it. If they click on it, actually it is going to counter that you are not following instructions. This is the kind of the MVP that we are developing. So then right now this is going to be designed for the data gathering and also the market fit testing. And actually it is going to be the time constraint. So then actually at the end of the time set, it is going to count on score. Just very simple.
Okay.
And we're going to use this data into the API because right now the HTML5 game, they are using the API and they send the API and we're going to test the engines too.
So after the end of each game, it kind of combines all the data and then sends it to API?
Yes.
Okay. What if you pause the game in between or something?
If you pause the game, it is going to be the time stop, so it is not sending anything. But actually, during the time, if you close the game and you open it up again, for the web we cannot do anything. But for the mobile, we will send something complete instruction to the server. So you not pay attention on this game, they have to do the kids, they are not paying attention, they are not interested, something like that.
So it almost looks like. So tell me, because you talked about a lot about the cognitive analysis and cognitive development and everything. What background do you have?
Actually, I would say I don't have much background in that, but actually this one is I have a father of 2 kids, second 3.
Okay.
So actually, right now my problem, actually the root question for the root idea for this one is that I need to buy some time so that I give the kids with my tablet, and so I don't know about what they are doing, what they are learning, how much they are learning, and how much they use the tablet in between. So then I come up with the idea that if we have an application for the kids to play, and you can know the progress, the learning progress. After they're using the tablet, maybe I just need like 10 minutes for my reporting or email, and I give them a tablet, because at the end of the day, they're using 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and what do they learn, and how good are they with the game. That is going to be the first idea, but when dig down to the detail, I think this market is pretty saturated. Many education applications in the market. So then I plan to do the cognitive training for the cognitive training, I would say I am the user of Velocity. I know I play it every day, so that I quite know about the game mechanics of it. But right now, if you see the user, the term use of the Velocity, you need to be 18 years old. At least 18 years old to be the user.
Yeah.
Under that, you need a user or parent consent or something like that. And I think why don't we develop something for the kid during that cognitive training? So then I find some professors in the Wisconsin University to back me up on the knowledge side of this and to start to do something for the cognitive training. That is the history.
Yeah. But from the gameplay mechanism here, it almost seems like the main part of this entire thing is the analytics.
Yes.
It is not the game because the game.
Yeah, the game is the data capturing.
Game is data capturing. And the other thing with the game is kids. They get tired of a game very soon. They look for alternative, right? This game, they will play for a week, 2 weeks maximum. Then they'll be done with it. They
Yes.
look for something new.
So right now, what we plan is we're gonna have like 5 to 6 gameplay. Right now we are in phase 5.
Yeah.
And we also using different learning objectives and different mix and match of the game mechanics to create a new one. So right now I'm identifying like gonna be around 10 to 20 combinations of games. So then actually, but the kid is gonna play 1 minute per game.
Okay.
Very simple.
Yeah.
And if you come today, you're gonna play 3 games, just that. And the system will randomly choose 3 games that suit for the kids of this age to let them play. After that, if they want to play more, they can choose.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they can stop just 3 minutes, 5 minutes a day. That is what we plan. It is not going to be like the Angry Birds that they can do a lot. They can play a lot.
Well, I mean, this is the matter of fact is the kids, they get attracted towards games like Angry Birds. If you give them a game like this, and if you give them Angry Birds or Cut the Rope or something, they'll obviously go and play Cut the Rope. They're not going to play this, right? So how would you make the kids play this? And then how many of such games are you going to develop? Because if you really want some a solid amount of data for your analytics engine to really prove its worth, you need to be collecting a lot more data for it to give you a better result, right? And to me, what it seems like, you rather focus on creating a sort of SDK around the analytics engine, give it out to the developers, and then find their point of gameplay, and then find out how your SDK fits into their game. And then if you sign up like 100 game developers, then you can get like 100 different type of data. Rather than right now you're trying to do the back end with the analytics, which is a big deal, and then you're doing the front end. Front end is like a huge deal. And front end that you're going to compete with Angry Birds and Cut the Rope and whatnot. Yeah. And kids are very much very attracted towards those kind of games because they are very addictive. They're they keep playing, they keep winning, and then they go to the next level, and it's like there's a whole whole 900 yards gameplay mechanism that goes there. So it will be very hard to pull the kid out of that gameplay and then spend time on this, unless you also come up with another Angry Bird, which is not an easy thing. You cannot tell kids, hey kids, stop playing Cut the Rope, start playing this game because I want to measure your brain development. You know, kids won't do that.
Actually, at first I thought that it would be self to parents. Actually, I think you can have more experience than me because your application is for the parents. Right? Actually, at first, I think I'm gonna sell to the parents. So then actually, parents can ask kids like 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day.
But
Is it possible?
see, I can ask my kid to spend 5 minutes to me. Like my daughter, she's 5-year-old, so you know what a 5-year-old is. Like, if I give them that game, she'll play it probably for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Today she'll play. Tomorrow, if I ask her to play again, she'll say, that's boring. Let me play this or say, because they have their own sort of games. Unless you make your game really that addictive that they completed the grade level 1 and then they have to go to the level 2. So there is that whole gameplay mechanism. There is whole different levels they have to cross. Unless that stickiness is there with your game, they'll just lose interest. That's just the truth. Kids very short. Even we also have very short attention span these days. Even adults also have very short attention span. Kids have even smaller attention span, right? So, and I see you're trying to deal with two different problems. You want kids to play your game for longer hours so that you can collect enough data. And then you want to do this whole analytics thing with the data. To me, if you keep on focusing on getting enough data for your analytics engine, you need more games. But if you do more games, you'll have no time to do the analytics part. With the analytics, you'll have no time because the game, creating games and creating a solid user base around games, freaking hard. I'm not trying to discourage you because it's so noisy out there. It is so crowded space out there.
Actually, I would say at first I think I will develop the game, but just a couple of games, just that. Actually, the idea it is going to be the same as your seat. We're going to provide the API as a SDK, so then actually if any educational game wants to have a report, want to send a report to the parents, so then actually we can utilize the reporting engine. We're gonna help them to do the distributions of reports, and this one is also be like marketplace for the game. Actually, if they master this game already, so which is the next game that they should go, that the parents should buy, something like that. That is gonna be the reports for the parents, so that actually they can look it for you. But yeah, I think it is gonna be the chicken and egg. Because if we don't have game, we don't have reports, without the reports, no developers, we're going to use this as a game. So that actually at the very first step, we need to develop code, we need to develop the backend, we also need to develop the front end to collect data and make it sound.
So, have you looked into the competitive landscape in this area, in this space?
Not much.
Okay. Have you heard of a company called Yogi Play? Yogi Play. Just go to yogiplay.com.
I know the Actitus.
Which one?
Actitus. Actitus is going to be the same as us.
Okay.
It's going to be 100 times better because they are 3 years old right now.
Okay.
And they have like 50 games.
Okay.
50 modules. Learning modules in their application.
Yogi is GI. YOGI play.com. So this is, so they have, as much as I know, then they have a SDK for some kind of cognitive development or anything, and they primarily do on Android only because there are some things that some kind of data transfer or some kind of cross application data transfer that iOS doesn't support.
Or it just support iOS 8. Yeah, it just announced that. Yeah.
So
previous to that, it is going to be.
See this. Find out how long your kids are playing with the apps, how much time they're spending, what type of apps they're playing with, because they kind of classify each app. So, and what they do is they do an SDK. They don't care too much about. They are not developing their own games.
Mm-hmm.
They have created this whole backend for the games, and it is the games, it's the learning development, it is the cognitive development. So that's how they classify different games. So if I'm an app developer, let's say I'm doing a game based on maths or something, I go to them. So they put me into right kind of bucket, and then they. So then I give them my app, and then they give me their SDK. I put their SDK into my game, and then when some kid is playing my game, their SDK is already measuring my kid's abilities to play that game and stuff like that, and then it reports all that data back to their analytics engine, and based on that analytics engine. And their engine suggests, yeah. So, based on how well your kid has been doing or how well your kid played my game, then it will suggest 5 other games with that kid. Mm-hmm. And that's how they keep the kid kind of glued. Because so with the game, one thing is kids keep getting bored out of one game. They look for something new. So what these guys have done is they have created this pool of games and game developers, and then through their backend engine, you play one game, you're done with it. They immediately suggest you 5 other games. Then you go and play that game. And then once you're done with it, it'll keep on going. So, and they don't develop their games. Other third-party developers are developing for them.
So what do they get? They get referral fees or something like that?
So they're a big, they're a well-funded company also. I would not exactly know their business model, but I think they're also collecting, like whenever they suggest a game, and then if I go and I download that game, but then I pay a commission to them.
Okay.
So as a game developer, I pay, if somebody buys like a $1 game, my game, then I pay them whatever, 30 cents, 20 cents or something like that. So maybe some commission they're getting. Basically, they are a big recommendation engine. Okay. And then as a developer, I would like my game to be recommended by their engine. Okay. So I would align my game according to their engine requirements and specifications. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
So they are one, but you said some other company?
The Igniters.
Yes, can you?
Actually, Igniters is a very big company right now.
Yeah.
They got some like awards, and what they built?
Yeah.
They built a platform. So they actually, I think from the game that they have, in terms that they have like many subcontractors develop the game as a module and tap into that platform. So then right now when you go into the platform, so you can have like 50 or 60 learning modules which inside the game. So then actually kids can play with it, parents can sit with the kids and play together.
Okay.
Something like that. And this also provides the parent report as I mentioned.
So this is, I think just the
Opposite, yeah.
opposite.
Yeah.
Is my Mac it's like this way.
Okay.
It is, I know this is the older Mac. So they are the third-party developers, right?
I think it is not all, but this is all the game, all the modules they have. They have like building.
They themselves have all these kids?
Yep. It's the whole platform. Each of them are gonna be each modules. So each one you can learn like ABC, 1, 2, 3, shapes, colors, blah blah. You can do many things. Actually, there is each of them is a module. So it's just a learning module.
Okay.
And they also give you some in-depth report about what your kids learn every day. And they also have ebooks. There's the ebook.
Okay.
They got like 3 million funding.
Nice.
They're very good, very good one. They're charged by subscription. And it's gonna be $6 per month.
Okay. Do they also allow third-party developers, or
Nope.
they don't? They just create their own.
Yep. I think inside they're gonna have some studios that will use them because
I think they have
game
their,
style.
looks like
Style.
they have plenty of their own developers and designers, so that they don't need to go to third-party developers. I mean, see, that's a huge thing, right? If you have such a huge designer and developer staff that you can churn out these games one after another, little items, then you're good. But you're going to have that problem because if you focus on the developing games, you cannot focus on the analytics engine. If you focus on the analytics engine, then you cannot.
Yeah.
Because both are quite exclusive to each other and both are like needs your full-time attention. So it's very difficult to do both of them. So how, from a business side, how do you plan to make money?
So actually we plan to have the monthly subscription as well.
Okay.
But for the charging amount, I'm not very sure much at this time.
Okay.
But maybe for the first 6 to 9 months time, during that we have not enough content, we may open it for free. 6 to 9 months to get some users, to buy some time to develop more complicated content for all the ages.
Because remember, developing a very basic game with a decent amount of graphics and gameplay and mechanism and everything will take you at least 3 months on an average. Then it depends on complexity of the game. If you are creating another Angry Bird, it will take you 2 years. But if you are creating just some simple ABC app, it will take probably 2 months. But on an average, maybe it will take about simple basic game will take about three months. So if you're talking about like 9 months, you'll be able to create 3 games, and that's looking at really positive. I mean, real optimistic. Optimistically, you can create 3 games. Right? But these 3 games is going to give you enough data for you to support your analytics platform and stuff like that.
I think so, because the first, actually what we plan to have a very simple game, because at the first we are not focusing for the whole spectrum of the kids. We are mainly focused on the 3 to 5 first.
Oh, okay.
Because the 3 to 5 is going to be more simple.
Yeah.
The graphic is not to be complicated, sound, everything is going to be very simple. So then actually we can speed up fast.
Yeah.
So then we mainly focus on the 3 to 5 first.
Yeah.
Then we build a very simple game for the kids to play.
Yeah.
With some kind of limited knowledge track that we're going to design.
Yeah.
We mainly focus on the design first, because the design is going to be pretty aligned with the standard curriculum. So actually we can use the standard curriculum documents to generate some kind of learning objectives for the kids. And after that, we kind of give it for free. Maybe for 5 to 6 months time, 5 to 9 months. And we get some decent amount of users and data. Then we kind of batch to them to do more complicated in terms of the in-depth reports and also the calculations and also the analytics. That's what we plan. And after that, we're going to launch another track, another learning track. That is going to be the subscription basis. But right now, I got some recommendations that subscription is going to be pretty hard. Maybe selling one track as an application and link back to the same backend system is going to be easier. Possible. So right now, I got two ideas. The first idea is to do it like computers. We have one platform and we have module inside. So if we miss one, we miss all. And the other, his idea is instead of just one big application with modules, why not we group modules and put it like applications in each knowledge track. So that if we miss one, we may have like another 3 or 4 left.
Yeah. So what's the background of your other? You said you have another co-founder, right?
Okay. I'm a computer science. I did the development for the whole life.
Okay. Which company did you work for?
Actually, just my friends and I just came from Thailand 3 months.
Oh, okay.
In Thailand, I work for a business company. I'm running the BI, the development team for the financial sector customers.
Okay.
So most of my customers are banking. No, I'm mainly focused on the core banking, loan origination.
Okay.
Which is going to be the financial side and the BI.
Okay. And then what about your?
My co-founder, he has a computer science degree.
Okay.
But most of his time right now, he is doing on the sales side.
Yeah. See, you're far from to go to the sales and marketing phase of the company. That will come after probably 9 months. You need to really focus on the product development, not sales and marketing.
Yes.
Okay.
Right now we are doing
it's completely up. So if good thing that he is from the computer science background, so he actually can take over product development and not sales. If you I know you are probably developing bunch of things, right?
Yes.
You need other developers also, because you need to really come up with these games or the modules, whatever you say, you need to come up with those things much faster. You can do your own sales, you can do your own marketing. I mean, the sales and marketing is just that much of bullshit. It's not going to come. That problem, you're not going to have that problem till about like first year of the company. Okay? Because you still don't have a product yet. You still have to create the product and then bring it to the market. Till then, you have to do everything. So till then, there is no sales or marketing. Okay. So you have to create the product, create a like a well-designed product also. So you have to look at those things: product development, design, and development. Your core product idea, okay, and the design. You cannot ignore the design because design is the only thing that really sells any product these days. So design, and then you have to have development. You are developing the games. Maybe you can get one or two other developers, other freelance developers who can also join with you and then start working on anything. So I would say next 9 months or so, you will just focus completely on the product development. Okay. And then once you launch the product, launch the website or launch the whole backend infrastructure and everything, after that you're going to come to tackle the sales and marketing problem. So till then, what is your co-founder going to do? He's not going to sit there and wait for your product development to be done. So I would say, since he comes from a computer science background, he should also take over some of the product development tasks. And maybe if you are good at the whole backend technology or the whole backend cognitive analysis piece or the cognitive development piece or something, maybe you are taking care of the whole analytics part and that whole API and SDK, how it fits into different apps and stuff like that. Maybe he's taking care of, he doesn't have to go and code by himself. Yeah. Maybe he has to have a developer, one developer, one designer or something like that. And then he can just do like project management and make sure that all the product deliverable happens on time and the product development basically takes off. That's usually what we both should be doing. It's yeah, because in this early phase of a company, everybody does sales and marketing. Everybody is like a banner ad. I have been running my company for the last 5 years. I'm almost like a walking banner ad for my company. Wherever I go, wherever I find an opportunity that I can pitch, I go and pitch. So, and same with my other co-founders also. They also do the same thing. We don't have a specific separate sales and marketing guy.
Yeah, I know.
Sales and marketing guy happens to medium and large businesses. They have a separate budget aside for sales and marketing. For small companies like us, we do our own sales and marketing. We don't have separate bandwidth for sales and marketing.
And during when you start the IO chat, did you do the MVP or something like that?
Yeah, we certainly did. We have been adding features one by one, and just like you said, we launched initially on the iOS, and in fact we launched only on iPhone. We didn't even do iPad. In fact, when we launched, there was no iPad. We launched in 2009 December. iPad came out in 2010 March or April, something like that. So we didn't have any iPad back then. So we were only an iPhone app for about first 1.5 years or so. only in 2011 we launched iPad version, and also towards the end of 2011 we launched the Android version. And I think 2012, so 2012 we kind of created a backend for the thing where they can talk to each other. iOS can talk to Android and web.
Okay.
And we screwed around with that whole backend for almost 1.5 years, and then we kind of dumped that whole backend, and then around 2013, mid of 2013, we started working with Dropbox. So with Dropbox help, on January 1st of 2014, we launched a Dropbox sync enabled iWatch chart that works across all the platforms: Android, tablets, smartphones, iPhones, everything.
So it's gonna be easier. You push just the SDK in there, right? So it's just gonna be who's Dropbox account? Is this gonna be parents?
Parents Dropbox account. Yeah. So let's say you and your wife, we both have, you have an iPhone, she has an Android, Samsung phone or something, and your kid has a Samsung tablet or an iPad or something. You have iWatch chat on all three of them, and then through Dropbox you can sync all of them together. When you as a parent give a star on one device, it immediately reflects on all the connected devices.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
Well,
but for the MVP, you did develop.
MVP we didn't have any of that. MVP we had very minimal.
But it is on the iPhone, right? It is not on the web.
Yeah,
For the phone.
Every once in a while we get customers asking for if there is a web version that syncs with the mobile version. We go and tell them that we have, as of now, we have focused only on mobile devices. We are not going on the web now, but you never know. If there is a sizable audience, then maybe we'll go on to the web. Right now, because there is so much work to be done on the mobile front, we just don't have bandwidth to go on to the web. And really speaking, our customers, whoever we sell to, pretty much everyone has a touch device, an iOS or Android device. Although we are on Windows Phone also, our app is on Windows Mobile, but we don't really do anything on the Windows Mobile.
Okay.
It's a dead
Market is too small.
Its market is too small. It's a dead platform. There's no engagement. There's no new engagement. So there is no point for us to spend our time, effort, energy on the Windows platform. So we just focus on the iOS and Android right now. And
Which platform is doing better?
I mean, lately Android has caught up. Initially, when we started doing the Android was tiny. It was giving us 80% of the pain, 20% of the revenue. iOS was giving 80% of the revenue, 20% of the pain.
Okay.
But now it has probably become 50-50 kind of thing. Although I still say iOS gives us better engagement. iOS users, they tend to convert because we have a freemium model. So people download the free version and then they upgrade to the premium version. So I constantly see the conversion rate higher on the iOS side.
Okay.
But Android is, the gap is closing slowly.
This one is gonna.
You're still recording that?
Yeah. Like it can record like 20-30 minutes every time.
Okay. So, yeah. So anyways, so iReward chart is one product line, and then we have other products also. So there's like language learning.
Language learning. Wow, that area is going to be huge. There are many players.
There are many players there also. But, I mean, see the way iReward chart is and the way that language learning app, they're completely two different businesses. From a business point of view, if you look at these two products, they're completely two different products. iReward chart is a sort of a, you want people to use it over and over again, you want to retain the users, you want people to be engaged with the app over whatever their childhood. They start somewhere at the age of 4 or 5. Kids do all this sticker chart till about age 10 or 12, something like that. So you want them to keep using that. But with the other type of app, which is the learning app, it's one module that we are selling them, right? They go and they learn that thing. Let's say there's a tracing app, right? A to Z, they have to trace and stuff like that. So they're done with the tracing within 2 months. They're not going to go back to play that again. So you need to find that point where you need to find what's the lifespan of that app. When they're done with that app, you need to somehow find a way to cross-promote other apps in the same family. So let's say they're doing the capital letters tracings. They're done with the capital letter tracing within 1 to 2 months. You need to show somewhere in the cross-promotions saying that, hey, we have a small letter tracing app also. They'll buy the small letter tracing. So they're done with the small letter tracing app. Then you've got to cross-promote, hey, we have a cursive writing tracing app also. So they're done with that. Then you need to push them, hey, we have a simple maths application also. So you need to, so those apps are like consumables, right? So you go to grocery store, you buy some vegetables and come back. Next week you go and buy some more vegetables and come back. So those apps are like that. So that business is entirely different. This business, iReward chart business, is entirely different. Because here, it's more like a platform. iReward chart is a platform. We want to create a platform and we want people to use it on all the different devices and be connected to the platform and engage with the platform more, so on and so forth. Here, it is a completely consumable thing. You sell it to them, they use it for 1 or 2 months, they're done with it, you sell something else to them. That's the same story with anyone who's developing a children's comic book or like books with illustrations. All those storybooks, all those little things people are selling, they're always in that cycle. They are like consumers. They have to keep coming up with new titles every 2 months. Otherwise, they cannot survive. Here, we don't have to come up with a new title, a new version of iReward chart. We have to come up with more ways to engage the people on the website. So you have to understand there are two different businesses.
Yeah.
Games is a different business. Kids' books is a different business. A platform is a different business. Something like a completely consumer-oriented, let's say Instagram or something. That's a completely different business. So iReward chart kind of falls into this productivity space. So productivity is if you are using Evernote, Evernote is a productivity app.
Yes.
Me as a developer of Evernote, always I have to keep on coming up with new interesting use cases of Evernote. So Evernote with a cooking recipe app, Evernote with a gardening procedure, Evernote with some carpentry app or something like that. If I keep on coming up with all these different collaborations with Evernote, then you as a subscriber to Evernote, you keep on seeing value to that productivity app. So Evernote becomes a sort of a platform. So it keeps us getting all these different things. So that's a productivity app. iWatch is a productivity app. It is a platform and so on and so forth. So I think every business has to be seen in its own way. What is the engagement model? What's the engagement model with your customer? Where are people? How often they engage with your app? How often they? How long they use it? Because everyone gets tired of something. There was that draw something that came up.
Yeah.
Everybody got addicted. And after 2-3 months, everybody stopped going. It's gone.
But they get 1 billion.
So the thing is that's the story of the mobile games or mobile apps. Everybody is very excited to use something, and then once it drops off, they go and they look for something else. So if you have to look at every app differently and figure out how well you can leverage the mindset around that app. What works for me is not going to work for you. What works for you is not going to work for you. So you need to look at everything differently. Makes sense?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Are you still recording? Or?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's okay now.
Okay, yeah. So your 1 hour is over, maybe? About.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have any other question you have?
Actually, no. But I actually just wonder that right now I'm in the stage of developing the MVP and the beta testing, and I'm gonna get some tractions.
Yeah.
But actually, do you have any suggestions on this kind of thing? Because right now I think before I graduate from the FI, I need to do some tractions and.
Okay. So are you already in FI or are you going to join FI?
No, actually I'm in the FI right now. I'm in the week 9.
Week 9.
Yeah, week
Oh.
9.
Okay.
So this is why I got this special assignment. It is because I failed the mental review progress.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I need to find the advisor to talk to.
Okay. And so you said you have to talk to a couple of different advisors?
Yeah, actually I talked to you one, and
Yeah.
I talked to Michael, the learningyard.com. He is also FI grad.
Okay.
So I have 2 persons, and
Okay.
I chat with one developer in EA, Electronic Arts.
Yeah.
So right now, what I'm looking in the future is gonna be I'm gonna finish the MVP, the best effort that I can do on the web.
Yeah.
Then I will do some traction. I start to promoting and to do something with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that, I mean, honestly speaking, that part is the most time consuming, difficult part. There's, the action doesn't come so easily. That's just because people have too much choice.
Yes.
And anything that they download, anything that, for any one app anyone wants to download, there are $100 competing apps. Why does someone have to download your app and not some other app? You have to ask that question to yourself. So that's what you'll be amazed how many people even just look at the app's logo, app icon, and they decide to download that because the icon looks sexy. You know, people have all kinds of weird reasons. That's why I say, you know, the icons, the design, the color theme, the usability. Sometimes it is even more important than your core product development. So your product idea is one thing. Your product idea, of course, has to be solid. And then there's a development piece. And then the design piece. No matter what your development is, your design has to be solid. Design has to be sexy. I mean, sometimes people can live with a few times your app crashed or something. People can live with that, but people cannot live with a bad design. The moment they open the app, it looks crappy, they're just going to delete that, they're going to download something else.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Got it. Agreed.
So I mean, you yourself, you're a
Yeah, me too.
So you don't, because every time I have a lot of because my iPhone is a 8 GB model. It's got 8 GB. So I already have, I don't know how many apps are there. So they're like all these few pages. And every time suddenly iPhone tells me that I have it's ran out of space. Then I have to delete. Then I have to go and I have to find out which ones I haven't touched in last 3 months or last 5 months or something. I delete it. And the one I don't delete, if I look some nice design or something around it, I don't delete that.
Okay.
But all other like some crappy ones or something, I just go and delete it like mercilessly. I don't care about something. I just go and delete it. If I'm not using them, if I'm not playing them or something. So, you know, that also tells me that you know, you need to keep track of the analytics, Flurry analytics. So you know Flurry, right? Either Flurry or Google, they provide this whole mobile analytics. So you need to keep looking at your mobile analytics also. What is the percentage of like retention? How many? What percentage of the users they keep coming back to your app? Use your app over whatever time. How does your every app tips in terms of usage? You download it, you use it for first month or so, and then it starts declining, right? But whether it declines like this, whether it declines like this, or it declines like that, that is where analytics help you in figuring out why your app is declining, or how fast is your app is declining in terms of retention, right? So your job is to always make them use it as much as possible. So you need to keep, you as a product owner, you need to keep always looking at the analytics, the usage analytics. Yeah. So the bottom line, what I see here is you are trying to solve two problems which are very simple.
The front and the back end.
Yeah, the front end. This front end itself is a huge challenge to come up with a game that appeals to kids and that they want to keep saying over and over again. Or me as a parent, I want my kid to playing it over and over again, that's a design challenge, that's a usability challenge, that's a whole packaging of front-end product challenge. And then you have this whole big piece of the back-end where you collect the data. You have to collect enough data so that your backend produces some credible result. If you don't have enough data, then your backend is going to be all stack. Right? But you have to have enough data so that your result starts looking like. You cannot say that I ran this backend over 100 users and this is the result. The 100 users, they don't care. Out of those 100 users, 50 may be your relatives, your friends and family. That really doesn't real picture. Only if 100,000, 200,000 users, then you produce some kind of result. That means. So how are you going to get 200,000 users? That's a big different. That's a
Okay, thank you very much.
I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, it's very helpful. Thank you.
Well, we're connected on LinkedIn.
Yep.
So I will keep watching your progress, I guess. And,
when I launch the MVP,
yeah. And wish you best with FI.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.